everybody, welcome to Heat My Shorts. Hope you're all doing well today. We're on episode 57 of Flying Across Canada, so I'm going to sit back down in my chair and tell you what's going on. Hope your day's been going well so far. I got up bright and early in Kamloops and headed all the way here to Miramichi Chatham Airport in New Brunswick. The local time here is 11 a.m. The code here is Charlie Yankee Charlie Hotel. We're on ramp 63 parking in an Astro One. We'll be heading 185 south and a little bit back to the west, traveling 19 nautical miles and arriving at Rogersville Airport. The code there is Charlie Charlie Romeo 4. It's an estimated 18-minute flight. So, let's make sure we got Maggie secured and ready for takeoff, and let's get everything all in order here. This is an electric vehicle, so there's nothing really to get ready. Just basically need to prepare myself, start the timer, and announce our departure. So, we are Hotel Mike Sierra 39er Lima Oscar Foxtrot, and we are throttling up. Hope you enjoy the flight. Oh, actually, my apology. Let's take you to the outside and show you this aircraft before we take off. Here is our Astro One. It's basically like a go-kart that flies. Pretty awesome for sure. And there it is from the top. So, let's head back to, I suppose it's not really the inside, but the internal view, I don't know, cockpit cam. And let's start that timer again and throttle up. We are airborne. Hope you enjoy the flight. Slowly bring up our RPM so we don't just jump up into the sky. I think we get airborne around 2,900 RPMs. There we go. Miramichi Chatham Airport. Actually, we haven't even passed over the runway yet. There we go. Pretty cool little aircraft for sure. Let's give it a little bit more throttle, get a little bit more altitude for sure. Again. Oh. Whoops. There we are. Alright, so quite stable already. Actually, it's quite windy here. Getting blown around a little bit, but we are flying more or less straight and level. So I'll tell you a little bit about this aircraft. The Astro One is a fictional, single-seat, 8-motor, multi-rotor EVTOL, or electric vertical takeoff and landing personal aircraft. It's heavily inspired by the real-world Jetson One. The Astro One features 4 points of downwards thrust, with both a puller and a pusher style motor and propeller setup in a counter-rotating configuration. This provides enhanced thrust as well as redundancy in the event of a motor failure. It's powered by high-performance lithium-ion batteries and high-output brushless outrunner motors. The Battery life of the Astro One is 20 minutes. Service ceiling or maximum altitude is 1,500 feet or 457 meters above sea level. The maximum speed is 63 miles per hour, 101 kilometers per hour, or 110 knots indicated airspeed. The empty weight is 198 pounds or 88 kilograms, and it is rendered or modeled by Got Friends for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And that's all I have for this aircraft because it doesn't actually exist, so it doesn't have a first flight date and all that fun stuff. What else? I feel like there was some other points that I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, the Jetson 1. I looked up the Jetson 1 because I was very curious about it, and wondering why the Jetson 1 isn't in the simulator. I really couldn't find, on a quick search, I couldn't find the big differences between the Astro 1 and the Jetson 1. I'm not really sure what the difference is, what makes this one a fictional vehicle and not the Jetson 1 itself. But I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I didn't want to spend too much time researching a fictional vehicle that I don't really fly that often. Having said that, I really came to like this aircraft when I was doing the test flights. I just had a lot of fun with it, and yeah, I just really learned to appreciate it, I guess. Still not my very favorite vehicle aircraft in the game, in the simulator, not by any means, but it's an enjoyable little sightseeing vehicle for sure. Let's get this map zoomed out a little bit. There we go. Maybe we'll check out some other camera views. altitude and then interesting altitude in feet and AGL in feet. I wonder what that is. Look that one up. seem to figure out what it means. AGL. Oh well. Maybe it's like altitude above ground level? I could see that. I could see that. The altitude and ground level in feet. That could be what it is. We'll have to keep an eye on that. See if it says 0 when we land. This aircraft also has a pretty neat terrain following, what do they call it? Terrain tracking feature, where I can actually set the altitude and I think up to 100 feet it'll follow the follow the terrain. It's kind of cool for sure. But it's not a spectacular view at 100 feet, you know what I mean? You can't really see very far on the horizon. It's pretty flat here. So I figured we'll keep up a little bit higher for this video. Having said that, we are above our service ceiling again, but it's having no trouble climbing, which is essentially what the service ceiling means. We weren't high up enough that we would require oxygen, so that's good. This aircraft also has earplugs. Check it out. If it's a little too loud, you can put the earplugs in. You still have to listen to me, unfortunately, but the buzzing of the electric motors is substantially quieter. On the outside, too. It's kind of cool. But we'll put the earbuds away. I like to hear the engines and stuff, to hear the RPMs, know if there's any sort of a problem. Well, look at that, we're about halfway through our trip for today already. This airport that we're landing at today, Rogersville Airport, is a very small, I think it's a grass airstrip, and it's very easy to miss if you're not paying attention. So it's more watching for the town, which I can only assume is Rogersville, because there isn't even any blinking lights on this airstrip. I click and drag down, but it scrolls up, and I'm not sure why it does that. There we go. I almost think it has something to do with my joystick, because it usually does that when I have the joystick pushed forward to keep the nose down. It's kind of frustrating though when I'm trying to scroll down and it's scrolling up. It's pretty weird. Whoopsies. I hit the wrong button there. Oh yeah, I suppose I could do a couple little tricks on this thing. I forgot all about that. This thing is sort of a little stunt thing. Let's see here. Look at the outside. I can do a 360. I'll get a little bit lower for this actually. It's a little bit easier to tell what's going on if I'm closer to the ground. And get our speed up a little bit too. Okay, check this out. Pretty cool. Actually, I should have done the 360 last, because now I need to climb again for our other stunt. Check our map, make sure we're not... Oh yeah, that creek that we passed over is about the halfway point. Alright, let's get a little bit more altitude. Couldn't think of the word there. I almost said attitude, which is also an aviation term that I'm still learning. I forget what it means. I think that might be the pitch of the aircraft. I forget though. But anyways, let's do a roll. I suppose you call it a barrel roll and not an aileron roll in this thing because it doesn't have ailerons, just like a helicopter. There we go. Whoa! Hard to keep it level when you do that. That wasn't a very good roll. I will admit that. It was a little bit sloppy. See if we can pull a backflip without hitting the ground here, because you lose a lot of altitude in a backflip. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was terrible. That was a terrible backflip. Yeah. Try another one. Let's do a redo. That was better. That was more like a backflip. And that's really all the tricks you can do, or all the tricks I can do in this thing. That's not bad considering I don't normally do tricks, right? But I don't know, this thing is just fun. It's just very sporty, very agile. It doesn't go super fast, but it maneuvers quickly, you know? I like that it can do that 360 while it's still moving in one direction. I think that's really cool. That it doesn't just fly in a circle when you do that, if you know what I mean. Alright, we're getting close. This little airstrip is gonna sneak up on us very quickly now. I know this because I've test flown this twice now. Because I was really worried about that. You know, it's a 20-minute battery life and an 18-minute flight. That's cutting it pretty close. Because I'm, you know, a lot of times I can be way over on my flight times. I've flown a leg of a journey that took me twice as long as it should, depending on winds and my concentration level and things like that. But I also did learn that I can land and quickly recharge the batteries on this thing. And that's pretty sweet. So if I do get the low battery warning, I'll find an empty spot and set it down, something like that would work. Set it down, quickly charge the batteries, and we can finish our flight. But we're getting pretty close. Getting very close to Rogersville. That might even be Rogersville right up ahead there. I don't really know. Actually, now's a good time to bring up my one image on my phone. Now, I think that main road there, I think that's the road we need to... Yeah, I think I maybe even see the airport. That could be it right there, that green strip. Could be. Oh, it's not. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we are pointed forwards here. I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. We are just approaching 19 minutes on our flight. How are we doing for battery life, actually? Oh, 56%. Not bad at all. Okay. There's 19 minutes, according to my timer, for flight time, not video time. Start reducing power, start descending. Actually, maybe I'll bring us down closer to 100 feet so I can activate our terrain tracking. Yeah, that is definitely the airstrip there. Excellent. HeatMyShorts, Hotel Mike Sierra 39er Lima Oscar Foxtrot. We are descending to Rogersville Airport. Charlie Charlie Romeo 4. We're descending to 1,000 feet right now. Little shed just in amongst those trees, kind of. That's where we will be landing. There's the grass airstrip there. .700 feet. Get ready to turn on our terrain following. Oh, it's our taxi light. 500 feet. I'm going to turn on our terrain following now. And there we go. There we go, 100 feet above the ground. So that is what that means, 102. Excellent. Now, let's set up for our landing here. This is the tricky part, for sure. Lower our terrain tracking. I can set it down to, I think, 5 feet. And then I'll have to bring it down manually from there. Alright, now turn off my terrain following. This is the tricky part now because it acts up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was nice actually. Beautiful, if I may say so. That was a nice landing. I'm very happy with that. Let's get this thing shut off. Just basically turning off the lights and the battery. And we're here. We are at Rogersville Airport. Just a tiny little airport for sure. Hope you've enjoyed this flight. Maggie, that's hilarious. Let's see. Yeah, I think the video just split. I forget what the time it splits at now. My note rubbed off of the clipboard. I had a note of what time the footage splits. Hope you've enjoyed this flight. Something funny. You know how Maggie always lays behind the pilot's chair when I'm flying? Well, I put the bed behind the pilot's chair for her, and now she's not laying on it. She's laying on the guitar cables instead, which is kind of weird. I guess it's not that uncomfortable. It's not the coily cord. That white cord would be quite uncomfortable to lay on. But what's your deal, Maggie? I put that bed there for you because you lay there. Maybe she doesn't like her bed. Do you not even like your bed, Maggie? She might not like her bed. But you know what, Maggie? You did an excellent job of co-piloting us today. Thank you for that. That was a very efficient flight, very smooth landing. You did a very good job, Maggie, and we all really appreciate that. We don't need to pay for anybody's back surgeries after this landing. So, I actually need to kind of hurry up and get this video uploading because I do have a doctor appointment this morning and a hangout appointment with my mother this afternoon. So I want to make sure I get all of my chores and things done before those, for sure. I mean, it's a phone call doctor appointment, so I suppose I can even be doing my editing while I'm in my appointment. It's just a quick one, a prescription refill. But anyways, this has been episode 57 of Flying Across Canada. Hope you enjoyed the flight. For episode 58, we're going to be flying an Extreme Air SBOC 342 to Mount Pleasant, PEI. So that'll be in the next week or so, I would imagine. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. This has been Heat My Shorts with Maggie and Steve. The Maggie Show. I love you all. Bye-bye.